Colorado's cattle industry owes its roots to a pioneer named John Wesley Illif.
Through his foresight, his incredible ability, his wise and shrewd buying and selling of cattle, he did extremely well. He was known in the heyday of his career as the great cattle king of the West.
Long before that, though, Illif made a brave decision to take a chance on the unknown.
His father was a farmer and cattle rancher back in Ohio, and his father offered him his farm, but he didn't, which was worth, I think, maybe $7,000 or $8,000. But John Wesley Illif took $500 instead and headed west. He was a very bold, adventurous sort.
Illif's life would only last 46 years, but it spanned a time when there was tremendous movement and settlement of the West. He first came to Denver in 1859, before there was even a territory called Colorado.
From 1859 to about 1879, or a little more than that, was his heyday. He made $1 million in a 20-year period, and that's back when those dollars really meant a lot.
It was the time of the Great Gold Rush, but instead of getting caught up in the frenzy for gold, Illif set up a mercantile store. He parlayed his $500 into $2,000 by selling goods to the miners. He used that money to buy his first herd of cattle and set up his ranch in northeastern Colorado. Illif used the north bank of the South Platte River to graze his cattle on native Colorado grasses.
He could convert the grasses into a high-quality meat that was in great demand by the urban populations back east, and he saw that opportunity, he saw that business opportunity, he saw that entrepreneurial possibility as well.
The possibilities were endless, but so were the hardships.
He had to overcome significant difficulties. In fact, one of the huge obstacles and challenges of life was the winter and the range, the snows, the blizzards. In 1871, there was a terrible, terrible blizzard. Half or two-thirds of his cattle perished, were never found, and that's the kind of risk and kind of investment risk that he confronted.
Illif overcame the risks and built a reputation that spread across the nation.
He was known for his integrity, his honesty. It is said that during his entire life he never cussed or drank whiskey, which was most unusual for a Western pioneer.
Because of his acclamation, he helped spur and inspire a lot of interest on the part of business people and businessmen in investing in the West and in helping to develop the West as a real cattle industry.
When John Wesley Illif died in 1878, his ranching empire included 15,000 acres of Colorado land and more than 26,000 head of cattle. But his legacy lives on through a posthumous donation to the University of Denver.
His widow remembered his discussion several years before he died about how the West needed to train preachers. And we, of course, didn't have any facility for doing that. And so she remembered that, and then in 1884, it was his widow Elizabeth that offered the University of Denver $100,000.
That donation led to the Illif School of Theology, the cornerstone of which was laid in 1892.
It was a huge donation. I think without that, certainly at that time, we would not have moved out of downtown Denver. But it really validated, because we were just a small school, and that was when we really began to break open and really become a university. As a matter of fact, we changed the name from Colorado Seminary to University of Denver as a result of that.
The Illif School is now operated separately from the University of Denver, but it remains a major Methodist school of theology.